Okay, now it is live. How do I find out where it is live?
It says live on the top here.
I was looking for the YouTube page. All right, hello
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
And here, why don't whoever was saying that go ahead and finish introducing the hangout here?
Oh, really? You're going to leave it to me?
Yeah, I gotta go post the links everywhere. So go ahead.
Fair enough. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newest Veranthea Codex Hangout. I am Jacob Blackman. I'm the primary artist for the continent of Trektoiri, which is where the monsters live. And joining us tonight are all of these fancy folks, including...
You should say someone's name.
Hey,
For example,
hey, Indy. How about hey, Indy? As the other artist, how about you present yourself?
Okay. Hi, I'm Indy Martin. Sorry, my camera's not working at the moment. I am the lead artist of Griffin, and it's fantastic to work with y'all. And next, I think, is Nathaniel.
Hello, I'm Nathaniel. I'm a fellow lead artist, just not on the same continent. I'm still having a lot of fun working on this, so I'm still here. I don't know what else to say.
So yeah, the contract, man. I hope you're still here. Okay. So those are our art team. I am Mike Myler, the project manager, mastermind behind this insane endeavor. This is our editor, Michael McCarthy.
Hi.
He is Canadian, and as you can see, extremely polite. Here is Luis, who is going to be, or who he is writing. He's like halfway done with Veranthea.
I'm a little more than halfway done, I'd say. I hope I'm not halfway done. Yeah, I'm in charge of Veranthea. Looking to finish up here and hope everyone enjoyed that.
Here is Trektori's writer and developer.
Hey, this is Colin Strickland, and I guess I'm responsible for where the monsters live. Not a bad job. And, man, after seeing The Hobbit last night and seeing all that Mad Max stuff on screen, oh man, I'm all kinds of stoked to get my technology and my big bad cars in a game.
And we have a new guest today. This is our Trektori surveyor, Jeffrey Hirsch.
Hi.
Jeffrey is masterminding a Pathfinder Society-esque mysterious organization called the Collectors, who are obsessed with unearthing artifacts and technology in search of the lexicon, a major artifact. But, yeah. So where are we going to start today? First of all, if anybody has any questions, put them on the Google page or the Tumblr or Facebook or my website. I have them all open. Second of all, population counts. So I was hoping we'd have Brian here to cover it. The way I envisioned in Veranthea, there's like probably 3 million inhabitants. And so far, the settlements have been coming up with that numbers, but I don't think we actually, at any point, did I tell you all how many people are on the planet itself. So that's the numbers. Yeah, adjust your numbers accordingly. I'm pretty sure everybody's mostly on point for that. But we'll do like a hard addition of all of them once we have compiled all the regional documents into one giant file. But I just wanted to bring that up.
Have you done any preliminary looking, out of curiosity? Do you think that all the major cities and thorps all together add up to anything close?
So far, I think so, yeah. It's mostly, I mean, the biggest chunks we have are metropolises, and there's a couple at like 50,000. But all told, I think that it should come up to about 1 million people, whichever continent you're on. And that's not counting in all the Forever Dark people and the people not included in the regional stat blocks. You know. So I think on the whole, we've been pretty much on an even keel. But somebody turned in something yesterday that was like a 500,000 people metropolis, and I was like, whoa, we can't have that many people, you know. So, what is it? Something I want to talk about: C1 the Undying. Do you want to give us a little talk about C1 the Undying? Because I know you've had him rolling around in your head for months, Luis. And then I can show off the artwork.
Yeah, sure thing. Okay, so brief bit of history. Way, way, way long ago, the Trekt Empire completely hated all the dragons. So of course they got together and the dragons. One of these dragons, fearing for his life, decided, I'm not going to go out without a fight, and I'm going to go down on my own terms. So he spends 2 years tunneling under all of Veranthea forever, basically creating a master network of tunnels that is actually part of a greater ritual to fill his soul with necromantic energy. He ends up dying, as a lot of kin did, but over thousands and thousands of years, his seeing energy, and eventually his body recombines basically the equivalent of a Draco Lichels, and he just basically got put back together in time to find an amazing album that's right for the taking, or a continent that hasn't seen a dragon like him
Starting to break up a little bit there.
for many, many years. You got pretty much
Start to work a lot.
Okay, so Luis is...
basically
Give it a break,
Luis is a robot.
You turn into a robot, yeah. So yeah, C1, like you said, was 2 years tunneling under the earth, and then does this crazy ritual, or starts it, and then he goes to like lay war on the Trekt Empire. A bunch of Dragoni overwhelm and kill him. He seems like he's dead for a long time, and then he stays in hibernation, sucking away mystical energy from the triple peaks of Wunai, which act as like the gateway to the afterlife in Urathiel, and eventually reconstitutes his body. And it's just in time to watch Hystricia, the hobgoblins of Urathiel, like rise up, claim a territory for their own, and start to expand it, which is going to be like a perfect seat of power for him to take a hold of, and then be like the biggest imperial dragon that Urathiel hasn't really seen much of in a long time. And I'm super stoked about it. And as you can see, we have artwork prepped from Justin Andrew Mason, and it is amazing. Speaking of Justin Andrew Mason, unfortunately he's not here. He's in a meeting with a client, but he is doing a lot of stuff for us, and I'm going to show off a little bit of it just because it is really quite remarkable. So there will be some public domain images that are altered and otherwise fiddled with for our purposes. One of these images is this. This is going to be the city of Sidrazi, or rather, this is a calm at a Mediterranean port by Claude Joseph Vernet. And here is what Justin Andrew Mason did to that. It looks like almost a completely different picture, and I look forward to more of his effects. Here's something where he added stuff. This is going to be in the player section for conduits. This is going to be one of the characters that you get in the back of the Codex. And yeah, that dragon was him. This was his first take on it before he found out that C1 was an undead and got some art direction from Luis. But I kind of want to use both. I don't know if we can. Let's see. And this will be, I believe, going in Brian's section. Brian couldn't be here today. He had some family things come up. But this is the... Oh, this is related to Sidrazi. This is when the Sailors Guild abandons the city of Drindet because they dislike the aquatic elves. But a little bit of taste of artwork for you. And speaking of taste of artwork, Indy is nearly done with the deities. Do you want to talk about that for a little bit? Oh, you just did a backer piece that is pretty amazing. You want to talk about Max's goblin here, Indy?
Sure. She is a planar, I can never say that word right, planar scientific innovator goblin. I think I got that right. And the art brief was really detailed. He had a really good idea of what he wanted for the character description. And I tried to keep to that pretty solidly. And other than that, she's just got stuff that she might have in her little laboratory around. I don't know what else to say about it. I liked it. I loved how it turned out.
Yeah, I am just crazy about your the use of lightning and energy and stuff. Like it is phenomenal. Ah,
And of course, if she steps through that portal, she'll be in one of the 8 restful retreats. So,
oh yes, for Misfit Games. Okay. Maybe. I was going to say that she was looking at the Great Oasis in Grithatness, which Brian could talk about if he was here.
oh, shame.
But that's not a bad idea. The restful retreats are pretty cool.
Now, what time zones do those watches go to? I'm curious about this.
I don't know, Goblin time zones, so they probably don't make any sense. But Indy has been hard at work on other stuff too. This is one of my. I'm particularly enamored to this Elaith.
Yeah, he was tricky because originally, my original he's one of the only few that I've had to redraw a couple of times from the initial sketch. Most of the sketches we've been pretty much on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
This one, neither of us really liked the first sketch I turned in, and I wanted to redraw him, and I had this idea to have a big bear pelt with a bear head as his waistband. And Mike, you correctly pointed out that his symbology was important, so I'll let you describe what you came up with.
Yeah. So, I like the idea of him having a hide because he's supposed to be all savage and about like war and combat, but because this is a deity, we have to deal with that. Did we mention Roland Barthes mythologies while we were live yet, or was that before we went live? For viewers who have not read it yet, Roland Barthes was a philosopher and writer in, I think he published the 1940s or 50s. He did this amazing book called Mythologies. It explains how symbolism plays into like modern day culture. And anyway, down the line, symbolism, a bear, we'd have to have a bear tied into his backstory, and bears would have to be kind of a thing for it to make sense for the god to have it. But we already have Jabberwocks as a thing, so I added a little bit to the existing copy about Elaith killing one of the great Jabberwock rulers of Grithatness. And if you're not overly familiar with them in Pathfinder, Jabberwocks are horrifying creatures that could probably kill the vast majority of dragons, you know. And then Indy just like kicked this Jabberwock's ass. Because you can tell, like when you're looking at it, you can tell it's a Jabberwock. You know, if you know what a Jabberwock looks like, and most people probably are like, "What the hell is that?"
I didn't, and that was my biggest concern. I remember when I was like, "Are you sure you don't want to try it, a bear?
No,
I don't know if I'll be able to make a Jabberwock that looks like a Jabberwock."
You nailed it.
And out of curiosity, does that Jabberwock ever talk or do a puppet show or anything? Because he has a lot of personality, that thing.
Maybe, I don't know. If we get to do a deities book, maybe we'll have him
That
talk as he
would
beats
be
people to
so
death with it.
cool.
So be a Jabberwock.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Be a
Jabbering Jabberwock.
Yeah. What else we got, Indy? Oh, this is a speed painting. If you guys checked out the last Kickstarter update, you will be able to watch her put this together, which I think does way more justice than any of our words can do.
Well, let me clarify. It's not actually a speed paint. I didn't paint it in under an hour, but I did record it and then speed it up by 2,000 times to make it a speed painting on YouTube. I tried to make that clear in the description, but there's not two different terms.
Well, I don't know. I was very, very much impressed.
Thank you. I liked her.
We showed Madalondo in the updates. This is another one where Indy came back in and did some changes for us so we could fit it to copy because the gems that tie into Madalondo, dealing with the nightmare gods and turning all the dragons from... Well, Colin, you want to talk about that for a quick second?
Oh, sure. And I did this whole big backstory, this flowery thing of him going through and... oh god, his jealousy of the gems of some of the other gods, leading him to go and seek out his own in the bowels of the earth. So you have a fat little guy mining down in these mines and getting all pissed off about having to do manual labor when he busts through into the center of the world sort of place, and there he finds these dragons, and they're all asleep, and what the hell's going on? Well, they're one single shared mind at this point in the prehistory, and they're all focused on keeping the nightmare gods in their prison. So a lot of the freeing of the nightmare gods, a lot of their current rise to power, you can blame it on those pretty white gems he's got in his panoply.
Well, I don't care if they're evil. I loved painting those gems. You guys asked
Oh, they
me.
look so cool.
You asked me to add like the rings, and I would have been okay if you'd asked me to add 10 more. They were fun to paint.
Oh, if you want to go add like other types of gemmy rings, you can do that. But keep those the way they are for sure. Keep them their own. But you have other stuff to do anyway.
Yeah, I do.
Do we show off Tristan Elias? I don't know. We'll skip that. We don't want to show off too much. Leave a little bit for people when they open the book, right? Smastrick, Arcanalist, Abernathy, Cratcher, Solwell. Yep. Okay, so that does it for Indy, and then we got some stuff coming in from Jacob. This was a piece that was a little bit, say, difficult to pin down. I don't know that. Difficult to pin down, but it's coming along. It's going into the Huiral Hills?
I've been pronouncing it Hural.
Huiral. That sounds good, actually. That sounds about right. What do you think, Colin? Huiral?
Yeah, it was Hurl in my head, but I think there's some author or other saying, yeah, sure, it's fantasy. You can call it what you want. I don't know. Is there an official though? I don't know. What was that guttural sounding thing we had a second ago? Hurl.
Yeah. That's
very orky. I dig that.
Should be that. Yeah. We'll change the copy to make that a double R. Or maybe we'll do something. We'll make a note. But yeah. So in this region of Trektori, you have more classical orcs that are very suspicious of technology because the gnomes that like fled through the Evermine here into the Forever Dark left all this like crazy contraptions to kill them. So they take it and make it into simple stuff like axes, and it's ruled over by the Quick Axe clan, which all worship a lathe, and is kind of like a really heavy juxtaposition of dark fantasy with the diesel punk that otherwise rules over Trektori. But I'm looking forward to seeing the final come in, and the line work is awesome.
The coloring is something especially the lighting effects I'm going to have to put in on this. It's not something I'm looking forward to doing, but I think will look beautiful once it's done.
Indeed.
You got all those Cave of Sparrows effects that can come down there, sunbeams and whatnot. It's going to look pretty killer by the end, I think.
Yeah.
I agree. Speaking of killer, here is Abernathy Scumptillion. Is that Scumptillion or Scumptillion? I think it's Scumptillion.
There's a P in there, I think. Abernathy Scumptillion III.
There we go. Yeah. And I'll give Colin a second to talk about this guy, I guess, and then maybe Jacob on his coming up with the design, because this is pretty much. I was like add some pants and manacles and stuff, but this is mostly Jacob's concept. So Colin, you explain the character really quick, and then we'll give Jacob a minute.
Sure. I mean, as those of you who've been following along at home know, the continent of Trektori ruled over by the monstrous nation, and they are slavers. And they do have a bit of a problem with escaped slaves, because being monstrous folk, they do not keep them in very good conditions. So this guy with his very fine hat of disguise here is actually a Null character. But with that hat of disguise, he sort of makes himself out to be your friend. And hey, I can get you across the border. Maybe you can get to Amanara, Mr. Runaway Slave. Please come this way. No, right into this tent. We don't want your kidneys or anything. It'll be fine. And lo and behold, they're back into captivity.
Minus kidneys.
Well, yeah, probably. Oh, we still have to write that character. Oh, okay. I wanted to have like a not exactly. What was the name of that brain in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Krang.
Not exactly Krang.
Krang.
Like some like totally disgusting, nearly dead goblin that is only kept alive by machines and like constant surgical attentions. But maybe, yeah, because we opened up a little space
I don't
for.
think there was one of those in
Hmm?
Ninja Turtles. I don't think there was a goblin like that in Ninja Turtles.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't a goblin like that. Those were yeah. But we opened up some space in Goblinvania because we're one of the changes we're making. So there will not be any 19th level builds in the Veranthea Codex because I am of the opinion that I'd rather have a 20th level build. and then just hit it with a template or give it some penalties, rather than have a 19th level build that you have to spend 10 minutes bringing up to 20th level. So we're moving Grand Master Engineer King Vokrix to the Alchemist section of the Codex, which opens up like a whole nother page of material for Colin to write in Directory, which I'm going to be excited because it's slated for Goblinvania, which is, it's Goblinvania. Oh, here's another Jacob piece that we can talk about. This is another backer piece. You want to weigh in on this, Jacob?
Well, I can't see what it is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You haven't shared it.
I'm a terrible
Do
person.
you want to talk about this one right here?
Ah, Balak.
Balak.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's right.
It's Balak. Yeah, basically the idea of this guy, I believe he is a supernatural hunter of some sort.
He's a kind of. He's a magus. I mean, that's what he was doing when he was like an adventurer, and now he's a Duco level conscript, which is like the highest ranking. It's like a super general kind of deal.
Hmm. But yeah, it was, he is very experienced, a half elf who has the scars to prove the battles that he's been in, and skill in blade and magic alike. And I was trying to get across a very practical adventurer look to him. So nothing ostentatious on his build. Very simple, flexible armor and comfortable clothes that'll keep him warm in the cold and cool enough in the heat, and not weighed down.
Yeah.
So that
Suitable for studying your grimoire or slaying your enemies.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's an excellent piece. And
And I'm just now noticing that I forgot a step on him. There was supposed to be an aura about him that I forgot to put in. I'll have to do that.
That was if he was wielding the katana.
Ah, okay. Well, he's not. So yay, I'm foresightful.
You're good.
Yeah, we'll say that's it.
In my head, I had it like he was like this, But I think the pose that you picked for him is good, and we can stamp that guy done. One last thing we can talk about artwork is for Nathaniel, who is in the middle of doing a ton of inking. Is he still there? You still there with us, Nathaniel?
Speaking of inking, I'm doing it right now.
Well, this is the Veranthea clans. Luis, are you still a robot, or can you talk?
I don't know. Do I sound okay?
You sounded okay there.
Much better.
You want to give us a
Okay.
left or right rundown of what we're looking at here?
Oh, I wish I knew all the names off the top of my head.
Well, this is Veranthea, which are the gem clans, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
I just don't remember all the names off the top of my head. I'm too inundated in all the other parts of Veranthea.
all
I know the one on the right is the leader of the Silver Clan. Ah, gosh. I have it right here. Give me just 2 seconds and I'll have it. It is
I think this
leader
guy,
of
the Diamond,
the
right?
Diamond Clan.
Yeah.
So the one on the far right is the leader of the Diamond Clan.
Oh, okay.
She's basically training to once again duel with his personage of Golden Fortitude in next year's Duel of Honor Combat. And then I know the guy with the scroll is the leader of the Ruby Clan.
Master
the
Chenzin.
leader of the Topaz Clan. Sorry, the leader of the Topaz Clan.
Chenzin.
Can,
I have the names right here.
That
Thank
would probably
you.
help Luis a lot.
Yes, thanks.
Who are we looking
He's
at?
the leader of the
But it's so
Topaz
fun to listen
Clan.
to him struggle through them.
Yeah, please enjoy my awkwardness. I love it. The one I know for sure that I was intent on making sure had the cool monkey mask is from the Jade Clan. His clan is very intent on keeping balance with nature and the animals and stuff like that. So that's why he looks like a hobo who just lives out in the wilderness with his tattered robe.
I love this guy too. By the way, when this one came in, I was super excited because I'm a huge Samurai Jack fan, and then I went to check because every time one of these things comes in, I go and I check all the art descriptions and the character in the copy to make sure everything's cogent. And I found in the art description, Luis was like, "Look at Samurai Jack." Yeah, it came out wonderfully, Nathaniel. You are rocking these guys.
Well, I'm glad you think so. I need to fix that guy's staff.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, that's enough for our artwork for now. As everyone can see, it's rolling in. It's coming in wonderfully. Oh, and talking about Jam, I wanted to talk about the deities. I totally forgot about talk about the deities. So, in order to accommodate for deadlines and people being late in the holidays and all that stuff, I've been working to do this in a way where Griffadness is ready, Trictoria, Urethra ready. Everything can go to layout sequentially in the event that people are late. So the first section that I did when I did my copy was the deities file.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Could I get a drink?
And the first thing on the graphics task list for Justin Andrew Mason was also the deities file.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, there. Oh, is it Larry Dixon? Hey, Larry, what's up, man?
Welcome, Larry.
Welcome. Where my deities at? There we go. So, yeah, I'm going to share the holy symbols with folks now. So, clerics of the sleeping god will be decked out in this finery. And then here's our canalists. Everybody can read. Yeah, I really think that this is killer. He knocked that one out. Can't,
Well, that's awesome. I didn't realize you guys were doing it. I thought you guys were just doing those two 8-person pieces together. That's awesome that they get pulled out.
Yeah, I was thinking. So originally, I wanted to do the doubles, but we weren't sure about how we could do the contract. So I think because now Rogue is going to get all those, that we might do groupings of 4. So there might be one for the primal gods, one for the nightmare gods, one for the shadow gods, and one for the people's gods. Or we might do them all. I mean, I'm going to leave that up to Justin Gagan because I want to have. He should get a certain amount of artistic control in the layout, But yeah, ideally we'll be able to span it out into a nice 6 or 8 page section. We'll see. And yeah, I think Justin did a really great job. I'm particularly fond of Madelando's coin, and the Nightmare Gods one too. And I checked with Smastric, the real-life living Smastric, and he is very much about this holy symbol. I'm kind of worried the next time I see him in person, he's going to have a tattoo. And then yeah, the Nightmare God symbols are, I think, appropriately creepy. But yeah, that's a preview of the very beginning copy of the book, and this is what the giant tangled mess of the Veranthea Codex book looks like right now. And probably shouldn't show off my email inbox. But that is... we didn't announce the ocean names. I'm an idiot. So we ran a poll the last month or so, I don't know, a couple weeks. And we asked people what we should name the other ocean in Veranthea, because we know we have the Doriana Ocean, and I was calling the other one the Ralthar Ocean or something, and that's a terrible name. And everyone voted, and we got the most votes for Euphos. So there will be 2 major oceans in Veranthea, the Doriana Ocean and the Euphos Ocean. And we were going to be using the runner-up, Miri. This is news for Colin. Is going to be the name of the sea between Omanara and Trektori. It's going to be the Miri Sea. Mirri.
Like the Cat Warrior. Sweet. Any Magic the Gathering players out there?
Oh,
No?
shit, I do remember that. No, I remember Miri. Wasn't that from Urza's, the first Urza series? Urza Legacy?
No, she was on the Weatherlight.
Weatherlight.
Yeah, the flying ship and whatnot. She was the cat chick there.
Oh, you know what? I think I might have read about her. Was she in the Apocalypse novels? Because I do remember reading those.
Possibly, man. I just remember the Carter whatnot. It's been a couple of years since I played.
Yeah. I heard they changed all the rules. Now there's no mana burn?
It's weird, man. But you know what? That is a cool damn name. I always thought it was a cool name.
Well, congratulations. This is going to be the Mary Sea. And then we are. I want to plug. Indy Martin recently ran a Kickstarter for a card game called Geocache, which she's going to briefly talk about, and you can buy tomorrow because it becomes available on Tortoise and Hare Creations web store.
It does. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, the game is called Geocache, and it's a geocaching themed. Instead of playing cards, it can be played as a regular game or as the Geocache game. And it's a draw-driven game. You're collecting caches. You can throw muggles, which is the geocaching term for normal people that don't know why you're looking for a tin can in the woods, in their way, and then you to prevent them from finding caches, and then they can use lifelines to help them find caches. So it's a pretty simple game. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of in-jokes if you're a geocaching fan, especially, or just a general nerd. But yeah, it's going to be on our website tomorrow, www.tortoiseharecreations.com. And thanks again to all of our Kickstarter backers. They were great. We were really excited that we had no delays and were able to get shipped before Christmas because that was very much a tight deadline for us. So thanks to everybody who made it happen, including you, Mike. You backed us. Thank you.
I did back you. And you ran a sweet Kickstarter. You were inside 24 hours. Yeah, you were fun inside 24.
It was a shock. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was deserved. Like I said, you ran a good campaign, man.
Thanks. That means a lot.
All right. I am not seeing any questions, although I might be missing one on the Google page because I'm incompetent. But does anybody else have anything they want to touch on? Going once? Going twice?
How big are the Trek cities? I was thinking about this when I was writing Lake Xylo, and there's this implied big old tunnel down there. What would you say the scale of one of those things is?
I don't know. I'd say it varies. They could have tesseracts, you know.
Their capital city, their original capital city, was about the same size or comparable in size to some of the Grathadness countries.
Yeah, but
to give you a scope of scale.
The way Brian wrote the copy for that, it's not clear if that was a collection of Trek cities or if it was just one giant one, which I liked. But
even a conglomeration of city, that's the sort of scale you can think of.
Yeah, they could get really big, but I wouldn't nail down any specific size for them because, like I said, they had super tech, so they could have a tesseract, they could have a city that's all inside of one shack, and you walk inside, and Escher.
Or perhaps bigger on the inside.
That's for people.
All the Whovians giggle.
Oh, you're making a Who joke. Okay. All right. I was like, what? Everybody knows what Tesseract is. Okay. Yeah. Larry, you came on late, man. Do you have anything you want us to talk about, or do you want to talk about the Sun Griffins a little bit? Griffin Spur?
Hi, folks.
This is Larry Dixon.
Hi, you got audio on me?
We do.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the Sun Griffin's artwork is progressing pretty well. I think Jacob is probably going to be my partner in crime on all of the, well, maybe some of the, well, okay, some of the text. He'll write the good parts. I'll write the parts that say, Jacob, fill in here. And, yeah, it's looking good. I'm trying to get the main piece of artwork done and into you before Misty and I travel. But actually, I do have a question. What kind of a oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rough so far.
That's Krell Copperwing, right?
Krell Copperwing, yep. And can you zoom in on the face on that, Eddie?
It's gonna. Oh yeah, I guess I can. Yeah. Didn't lose too much quality.
I've actually got a small guide sheet for any other artists that want to illustrate them that shows the unusual contours for the face compared to other avians.
Oh yes, please.
And speaking of avians, I hope you guys are going to go see Hobbit 3.
I just bought the tickets to go see it on Friday, so
Okay,
I'll be doing that then.
Well,
It was
cheer on
pretty
my
alright.
cheer on my girls. I just saw the section with the eagles in it, and they look good. There's much ass kicking.
I am so happy that they're actually putting those in.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I did the research materials, the photography, and the flight footage that the Great Eagles are based on for all the Tolkien films.
I had forgotten that. That is so awesome.
So go see my kids. The bad guys make the mistake of bringing bats. Yeah, giant bats. It's hilarious. Because I've been a falconer a long time, and it frankly, whenever the great eagles hit the bats, it looks a lot like a real eagle going after a quail. It's just hilarious, but quite exciting. But back to the Sun Griffins. Yeah, I'm actually a little vague on when you'd like that finished art in.
Well, you're getting. Is he gonna have any background, or are we just gonna copy fit text to him?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Well, I'll give him. Actually, that picture that you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Since I work in layers, I'm already on iteration 88. I do iterative saves. So, yeah, the finished cover comes out like almost 200 saves.
Holy moly!
It's kind of fun as a time lapse, though.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave that up to you. But if we have to copy fit it, I need it and the text for it by January 1st. If we don't have to copy fit for it, and it's going to be like a whole page, that could be as late as February 1st.
Okay,
Because
well that
then
works
we know,
great.
This page is just leave it blank and say Larry Dixon artwork goes here and keep going.
Okay, that'll work easiest for me too because I have travel.
Okay. Yeah. Well then, yeah. And we'll just use this as a placeholder here, and I will let Gagan know that's going to be a full-page illustration.
Yeah, I just got the rock arch underneath him done, and I've got some great ideas for the clouds in the back. Going to do some crepuscular rays, some Jesus rays. So
very cool. Very cool.
That's it.
Oh, thank you for mentioning that. And I will touch base with you and Jacob about developing the. Jacob, you were saying you didn't want to write stuff. You sure you don't want to write stuff?
Write stuff, Jacob.
I think you should. That stuff you sent to
I can write stuff, but I'll need a general idea of what you're looking for. If you're just saying, "Hey, write a thing about this," and I'll be like, okay.
It's true. He does that when he runs the game.
If you got 20 minutes, we can go check out the outline now and get you on the right page. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. If you just let me know what the goal that you're looking for, and I can arrange for that.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Okay. Oh, also one more thing.
Yeah.
Indy, way to go.
Thank you very much.
For the geocache or for her amazing deities?
All of them, actually. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, I do have a little news.
Okay.
I'm working for Disney now.
Oh.
Yeah.
The House of M.
They're paying me for doing some interior art and creature design on a project.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
We're going to have a touch of Disney and Tolkien in the book, I feel.
So you no longer have to refer to your negotiations as rhymes with Blizney?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Although I am forced to wear mouse ears while drawing.
I'm not going to say who it was I was working with, but some people who work with Disney, and inside the office they refer to them as the House of Mouse, like M-A-U-S, yeah.
The mouse broaches no failures.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is so wrong.
I know. All right. that's a good note to go out on, everybody. Thank you for watching, and I'm sure we'll do another one of these before everything's all said and done. And keep your eye out for the Veranthea Codex.
Bye.
Bye.